And spawning in the top right corner of the map, it's going to be the blue Protoss. Dead Pixels, Patience.
I need to put that little foam thing on the top of my headsets. That came with the headsets? Did you not get one? In the top left, as the red Zerg, it is Psystorm Gaming's True.
I don't... Why?
It's like a head, like to comfort.
Oh.
So it doesn't, like,
The
hurt
biggest
your head
prob-
as much?
The problem I have with headsets in general is not necessarily the top, but more like ears, because I've got glasses and it really digs into your head.
Yeah.
I will shout out, again, not that they sponsor this, guys, but legitimately, I like the Corsair headsets because they're the only headset I've had so far that don't dig into my head. They're super comfy to wear, and I wish I could actually wear them over casting.
Top of my head kind of is what's uncomfortable for me, so...
So-
like a oddly shaped head.
A little bit of a backstory between these two. Used to be teammates on Dead Pixels. I can't really get into the details of what, because it's not public information, but a little bit of drama with True leaving the team. Joining Psystorm was, I think, a little unexpected, and hopefully he gets good results from them. But Patience and True, even though they may not be on the same team anymore, they've been good friends. And frankly, they've been very cheeky friends, too. We've had a lot of games where we've cast them, and they get banter going in chat. They get a little bit silly. They're fun guys to watch because they know each other so well outside of the game. Plus, let's not forget, I think everyone who has stayed in the Axiom at some point is just bros for life.
Probably. Person-wise, yeah, it's a very cool little matchup here, especially if they do start talking to each other. It's always fun. Matchup-wise and player-wise, though, this could be a disappointment, or it could be really cool. So, Protoss are still having trouble in this matchup, even though some Protosses are making it look easy, and the win rate isn't as skewed as it was like in beta, for instance, but it's still difficult. And for Patience especially, he's been having trouble with it. So he'll win like a couple of games, but overall I'm not impressed with the ZvP, and I wonder if that's going to change here versus True. And True has some very good just Zerg all around in every matchup, including ZvP, of course. But if Patience is on point today, it is a fun matchup. It's more fun than it was in Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah, a small bug there with First Blood. We're fully aware of this. We're trying to find a way to fix it, but for whatever reason, when a Psionic Transfer disappears, it counts as a death, so it's triggering First Blood. Kind of like the Baneling Cocoons used to. Like, we fix that problem and find another, right?
Yeah.
Someone asking in chat, by the way, Rifkin in a t-shirt and shorts, Zyme got bundled up in 2 layers plus a blanket. Is this cuz Canadian? Probably. I like the Colt team. I like the Colt fam. I don't know what to tell you.
I hate the cold. I got it. I think it's like,
Oh!
you always get it from either your dad or your mom. In this case, my dad hates the cold too.
We're supposed to keep an eye out in chat for somebody's name. What's his name? Dude Bro or something,
Dude
right?
Bro, he lives upstairs.
Yeah, we met. This is actually a really cool story, guys, just while we got this going on. And this is actually a cool story, so if anyone who thinks it's sarcastic. I was outside waiting for Zombie Rob to come back from visiting her parents because I had a letter in the building, and this guy outside just kind of does like a double take at me, and I thought I had pissed him off or stepped on something. But he's like, Rifkin? I was like, what? Yeah.
Dad?
Hi. You know me? He's like, oh, yeah, I watch your stream. I live on the 7th floor. Where are you guys? I'm like, oh, we're like the floor below you type thing. So that was pretty cool. I was talking to Studio about this too. Like 3 years of casting at home. Even my best friends don't even watch what I do. Spend like 10 days in Toronto, you meet a fan right away. The city is great.
We met a fan and talked to us, or a girlfriend of a fan. It was very clear she was a fan.
Yeah, I think she just saw us, I think, across the street. I don't think it was like...
She's like, oh, it's those people that are always on my boyfriend's monitor.
Yeah.
God, hate them. Alright, so it's actually kind of important. True scouted it because it's right there, but the mass amount of gateways.
Yeah, I mean...
Adept's upgrade as well as a Warp Prism, so Patience could try and expand beyond this.
Come on,
but you certainly have to at least apply pressure, and it's looking more like an all-in as he stops pro production at 39, which is quite low. Didn't bother taking the gases. This is actually, it's quite dedicated. It has to do damage in some way, so killing a base, killing a lot of drones, or just simply overtaking the army. But True, as I said, scouted the mass amount of gateways and is already prepared with some units.
Yeah, the Roaches, they're not going to be fast enough to really respond to the Adepts so easily, so if Patience does this correctly, it jumps between the bases, you know, some to the main, some to the natural, back and forth, some to the third, True will struggle to respond. but for the most part, this is not an army designed to fight True head-on, and he won't be able to win against True head-on, that's for sure.
Yeah. So he starts dropping, he starts harassing everywhere, and this is what he has to do. Behind it, he does get his gases, as well as a forge and an immortal, of course, when something gets those roaches. But the third base
I would love to
is
see
a little
more
ways off.
Force field off.
Yeah, that would be ideal. But the third base should be going down soon. I think it's the next step. And the rocks will be broken down for Patience as well. But even though like he can continue to keep True a little pinned back with his Warp Prism, if he loses it, actually, that's probably game over. It's just still a very difficult game to play out. He dedicated a lot into that push that really didn't do anything. I guess it kept True down to 43 drones, but now he's gonna break.
It's one thing to say Patience didn't try to that cost ineffectively with it, but it's the fact that Protoss in general has a hard time getting their army supply up. And now he's down to 24 army supply, this 64.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's Roaches, and soon there's going to be Ravagers, and that makes this a deadly force. Unlike in the past, when it was just like, ha, look at all that wasted supply.
Yeah, a couple force fields, a couple mortals. Still good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a... It's not like an even game, but it is still an interesting game. It's not like one person is going to instantly attack and then win. The Warp Prism did survive, so True has to be wary of attacking, and that might be a big reason as why he doesn't bother sending at least a couple of Ravagers over to at least poke.
Yeah.
Which he probably would want to do, but you're just going to be so scared of a Depth Warp being slathered on your mineral line. Because 53 drones is still not a lot.
Bets are closed at this point, by the way, and we have a total of 8,361 Partoofs on True. 3,052 on Patience, so a very more than 2-to-1 odds against Patience here. If he wins, it'll be a pretty nice upset, but this first game doesn't seem like it's trending that direction.
Yeah, still really down in supply. I mean, besides, like, there's so many things going against Protoss that would actually let them survive in this case. First of all, the minerals in the main base, usually they can actually survive on 2 bases for a very long time. Sentries, force fields with Immortals would absolutely just destroy most layer-based armies, or attacking-based armies. Ravagers being able to break force fields, Ravagers being able to shoot over force fields, Ravagers not being countered by Immortals has changed the matchup quite a lot. So far, actually, not that bad of a hold.
No, I thought that was going to be much worse for Patience, but he dodged a lot of the corrosive biles, and that was very important.
Yeah, but again, if this was just purely Ling Roach, this would almost be like, well, I guess Patience, wasn't really... he's not really being hurt by doing that attack, but it's like it's the Void, it's a little bit different, and Patience certainly still has to be very careful with how he defends this, because he really does need that third base to start accelerating those mass gateway warpings, basically, which is what Protoss is dependent on in Legacy of the Void. For True, pressuring is nice, pressuring is good, especially if you can finally get those couple of Ravager shots you're looking for to finally, envelop the army in a Ling surround, that type of thing. But he also doesn't start thinking about, teching himself. What if Patience really does hold on 3 bases thanks to Force Field and Immortals, and you're only stuck on Ling Roach? You will start losing that tech war, and actually, his next tech choice is going to be those mutas.
I kind of feel like no matter how well the ground gets held, it's going to be.
Yeah, that's...
It's like this really bleak thing that we've just seen happen too often. We've seen it coming from a mile away. It makes it kind of disappointing. Anti-hype cast, I guess, a little bit, but maybe Patience finds a way that no one else has. However, with no stalkers, and most importantly, I guess he does have Blink, I'll give him that much, but with a low stalker count, all it's going to take is a max of like, what, 10 to 18 units to end this game?
The army actually moved out and got just surrounded by a couple of Lings, a handful of Lings, and that does push Patience back. Loses probes in the third base. True has lost drones over the course of just being on the other side of the map, basically, so it's not like he's super far ahead when it comes to that, but his third base is mining even that's at not saturated levels.
I would say the army supply lead he has is worth the less drone count. I mean, obviously, it's perfect beyond 70 drones, 4 bases, all that good stuff, but this Warp Prism and Immortal Harass would be so sick if there were no Mutalisks to stop it.
Yeah, they are going to come out, but there's only 7 of them, This limited economy that True was basically forced on from the get-go. He was never at a very high drone count.
Oh, no.
Never mind. Well, those Ravage shots are what he's waiting for.
Too much focus on the other side of the field cost him his army.
Dear.
Oh, Jesus.
That's probably game, even though he started to do some damage, or like something to finally clean that up. Losing that army like that's really bad. Let's get the warp zone, but eventually we'll. Okay, GG. That's game number 1 going to True.
Honestly,